I stopped the video before remembering to read the footnotes for chapter 2 at the end of that last video. So these are the footnotes from chapter 2 of Song of Songs in the Passion Translation. The Hebrew text says a rose of Sharon. The word Sharon can be translated his song. She now sees herself as the one he sings over. The root for rose, Hebrew habab, can mean overshadowed. This is a thorn bush which speaks of the curse of sin. See Genesis chapter 3, verse 18, John chapter 19, verse 5, and Galatians chapter 3, verse 13. On the cross, Jesus wore a crown of thorns, for he took away the curse of sin. The emblem of a lily was engraved on the upper part of the pillars of Solomon's temple. Lilies are a symbol of purity in the temple of our inner being. Or trees of the forest. Trees in the Bible are often metaphors for humanity. His banner covering me was love. Or wounded by love. Implied in the text, for more on the right and left hand, see Proverbs 3, verse 16. In the poetic imagery of the Song of Songs, deer and gazelle are symbols of the joys of love. The Septuagint says, by all the powers and strengths of the field. Implied in the context of chapter 2, verse 17. That is the footnote for chapter 2, verse 8. The rains speak of the outpouring of the Holy Spirit. She is refreshed and prepared to move out with him. The season of singing has arrived. The Hebrew word for pruning is a homonym that can also mean singing. This is the turtle dove, which is heard only at the time of harvest. The turtle dove is also an acceptable sacrifice of cleansing in the place of a lamb. The words "our land" show the joint possession of all things that we enjoy through our union with Christ. This text is literally translated, the fig tree has sweetened and puts forth its early figs. In the language of allegory, the fig tree is a picture of destiny and purpose. The sign of a fig tree blooming is the sign of an early spring, a new season. This speaks of the wounded side of Jesus, our rock, where we hide and rest. When Moses asked God to see his glory, God hid Moses in the cleft of the rock. See Exodus 33, verse 22. The Hebrew text literally means your voice is delicious. These foxes are the compromises that are hidden deep in our hearts. These are areas of our lives where we have not yet allowed the victory of Christ to shine into. The foxes keep the fruit of the Spirit from growing within us. The Hebrew wording includes the phrase, he browses among the lilies. The Hebrew word for browse can also mean to take delight in. The text literally means mountains of Bether. The Hebrew word for separation or gap. This could be the realm of holiness, being separated to God. Some scholars say Bether was a spiritual representation of a mountain of fragrant spice, an example, the realm of holiness. And the last footnote for verse 17 of chapter 2 says implied in the text.